Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're reviewing the iPhone XS, and at the end of the video I'll teach you a cool magic trick you can do with your phone. Here's what we're covering. The physical aspects like color and size, and I'll give you my recommendations. The new features that were added this year and whether they're worth your money. My personal thoughts on the new form factor, and at the end, that magic trick I told you about.
Physical aspects.
There's a lot of nice color choices for the XR, but I'm reviewing the XS, so your choices are gold, silver, and space gray. As you can see, I went with gold, the new option for 2018. I'm trying to show you a variety of different angles here, and I think it looks really nice. For comparison, here's the silver option. It's the same as last year, so I'm showing you on the 8 Plus. Unfortunately, I don't have the space gray to show you. Oh wait, here it is. So how do you decide which color to get? I did a lot of thinking on this, and I've come to the conclusion that it really doesn't matter because they're all nice colors. The only thing that might possibly make a difference to you is that with space gray, the phone might blend in a little more and look like any phone. But I really think there's no wrong choice. You should just pick one and go with it. Smash like if you want to just pick one and go with it. Taking a look at the sizes, this 8 Plus here is almost exactly the same size as the new XS Max. So here we can compare them side by side. I used to have the smaller iPhone 7, but when I got the 8 Plus, I was surprised how much I really enjoyed having a big screen. Facebook, Instagram, watching videos, taking photos, it makes a big difference. So what you have to consider is, will you be comfortable carrying the larger phone? Girls have purses, easy choice. For guys, it's something to think about. Another question to ask yourself, is your iPhone your primary device all day long? For me, when I go home, my laptop turns into my primary device. I do work there, I watch videos there. If you don't have a laptop at home for watching your favorite shows, then having a larger iPhone screen will be a big benefit to you. And of course, the larger iPhones have longer battery life, but are more expensive. Like with the colors, there is actually not a wrong choice here. Each size has its benefits.
New features.
A12 Bionic processor.
Bionic.
To spare you the details, it's a lot faster this year, and graphics on games are a lot faster too. But if you don't play video games and you don't care about a faster processor, then who cares, right? Wrong! Don't you enjoy taking photos? Image processing has a large determining factor on the quality of your photos, and the A12 Bionic chip was designed to work with the new camera system this year. Every time you take a photo, 1 trillion operations are performed. And I'm not exaggerating. Smart HDR enables the iPhone to take many pictures all at once, and just stitch together the best pieces, the highlights, the shadows, the colors, to make one final photo for you. So the power of this new chip is being used even for something as simple as taking photos. Let's talk camera. The 2018 iPhone camera has a 30% larger sensor, so it should theoretically perform better in low light conditions. I've gone ahead and taken some comparison shots and videos so we can see how it works in the real world. We'll be comparing photos taken with the 2017 iPhone 8 Plus, and the 2018 iPhone XS. Here are some photos I took during the day, and you can see there is really not too much of a difference most of the time. In this picture you see a trash can. I don't know what I was trying to accomplish with this photo. You can see on the 8 Plus we're getting a little more of those sunbeams shining through the image. This shot is almost identical, but in this shot, at a slightly different angle, the building in the distance almost disappears on the 8 Plus. I'm not 100% sure why, but it might be due to the Smart HDR. I also took a few photos on the XS with Smart HDR turned on and turned off. Without Smart HDR turned on, the colors disappear a little bit. So back to comparing the two phones. At night, I expected to see a big difference. But I was surprised. The iPhone 8 Plus took pretty good nighttime photos. So I decided I need to find a darker street. I went wandering around the streets of Ukraine, looking for a really dark alley where I could hold up 2 very expensive iPhones in the air. You see what I do for you guys? And here are the photos.
If you look closely, you can see a difference in the amount of glow around lights. On other photos, it was harder to tell a difference, but when you zoom way in, you can see the XS has a sharper image. And you can see the same results here. And when you zoom in on this last one, you can see less noise in the sky color.
How about video?
During the daytime, you can see there's not really too much of a difference. Both versions look great. Nighttime video is where you're going to start seeing more of a difference. Especially in this scene, the XS is capturing details that don't even exist in the 8 Plus video.
So yeah, this is a really big dramatic difference. But, how much of this will really matter to most people most of the time? Probably not much. Who goes around shooting at night expecting good quality video? So yeah, I think it's cool, but not really a compelling reason to buy the XS. Adjustable bokeh. I was very excited about this feature, but after playing around with it for a little while, I predict I will not be using it 95% of the time, because 95% of the time, the default bokeh settings are really good. I don't need to change it. So yeah, it's neat, but again, not really a compelling reason. Stereo audio recording. For the first time now, the 2018 iPhones will record video with stereo audio. Let's test this, although you probably won't be able to tell a difference unless you're using headphones right now. So I'm going to read a script while I move around the iPhone for this test.
Bran thought about it. Can a man still be brave if he is afraid? That is the only time a man can be brave, his father told him.
Comment below if you know the quote I was reading. So did you hear it? I did. I think it's really cool. I heard it going to the right and then moving over to the left. Although, to be honest, I never realized the iPhones before were missing this feature. So I think it's only going to matter to those people who care about producing video and want to create some immersive experience. Miscellaneous. There were several other improvements for the iPhones this year. I kind of grouped them all together because they're nice, but not necessarily compelling reasons for me to consider buying a new iPhone. You can look these over and see if any of them are extremely important to you. The new form factor. First, let's talk about Face ID versus Touch ID. Here's what it looks like to unlock your iPhone using Face ID.
First, you tap your phone to wake it up. Then this little lock at the top moves once it recognizes your face, and then you swipe up to go in.
Here it is at full speed. It actually goes pretty fast.
The only annoying thing is that sometimes I try to unlock the iPhone while it's sitting on the table, and it doesn't work because the camera is aiming straight up and can't see my face. So I have to lean way over to put my face in front so it will unlock. This wasn't an issue with the fingerprint reader. New swiping gestures. We have some new swiping gestures now too since the home button is gone. To close an app, you swipe up from the bottom. To go to the switching between apps view, you swipe up and hold for a second. Then you have access to all of them. And to get to the control center, you swipe down from the top right corner. Slightly annoying because this is always going to be a two-handed operation. Notification center anywhere here and to the left. Pull down, and you can see that too.
It's not so bad actually, it feels pretty intuitive after a while. I am going to have to retrain my muscle memory though, because I always want to swipe up from the bottom to get to the control panel, and instead I'm accidentally closing out of apps. But anyway, OLED versus LCD. OLED displays are supposed to be better than LCD. They're more expensive with deeper blacks. But upon my first look, comparing them side by side, the older LCD technology looked better to me. When you look at the screens from even a slight angle, you can see the OLED screen changes from a warm orange to a cool blue color, and it's quite dramatic. This doesn't happen with the LCD screen on the 8 Plus. But anyway, I guess we just have to accept it since all phone makers are moving in this direction. Animoji and Memoji. I was really excited about this feature, just kind of as a fun toy.
So here it is. Now I'm a fox. And now I'm a dragon. Now I'm a real head. And now I'm a unicorn.
It is cool, for about 5 minutes, and then you get over it. And the main reason many people will completely forget about this feature is that you can only access it inside iMessages or FaceTime. 99% of the people I communicate with, probably because I'm living outside of the US, use apps like Viber, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger. So I find it kind of annoying that Apple didn't choose to allow us to use this feature simply inside of the camera app. What if you just want to share it on Facebook? Error, not supported. Actually, there is a workaround if you really want. You can create an iMessage chat with yourself, and you can send the video to yourself, and from there you can save it into your camera roll. It's a hassle, but it works. By the way, here's my Memoji.
What's up, guys?
Selfie portrait mode. Portrait mode on the rear camera takes amazing shots. And if you have the Face ID camera system, then in addition you can take portrait mode selfies using the front camera. But in my experience, these just don't look as good as those taken on the rear camera. And I came to realize there's actually a reason for this, which is that lenses with a longer focal length are actually more complementary to the human face. I kind of sound like a robot when I say human face. Think about
the human face.
So when you're taking portrait shots using the rear camera, it actually uses the telephoto lens, which is a longer focal length. And it makes your face look more like in real life, less distorted. In contrast, when you take a selfie holding it with your hand close up like this, you get kind of a fishbowl distortion effect. Here I am using portrait mode on the front camera, and you can see I've got that beautiful bokeh up above and down over here. However, my face is a little bit distorted, and that's because with selfie mode, by definition, you're holding the camera and the lens is closer to your face.
Here I am using portrait mode on the rear camera, and because of that, I physically had to take a step back. Due to the increased distance, you have less facial distortion and a more natural look.
So I'm not just trying to complain here, although I love complaining. My point is that selfie portrait mode is not a must-have reason to upgrade. It's just alright. You can get some decent shots with it. But really, you're going to get better shots using the rear camera with the help of a friend. Buying recommendation. Every year, Apple improves their cameras. A lot of research and development goes into these technologies. But looking at the comparison of the videos and pictures I showed you earlier, if you have a 2017 iPhone, I don't think there's a huge reason to update to a 2018 iPhone. You can, but it's just not that huge of a difference. You should only do it if some of the features I mentioned earlier are going to be really important to you. On the other hand, if you're coming from a 2016 or older iPhone, then I would recommend you do the upgrade. Mostly because I think a 2 years jump in camera technology would be a noticeable difference. Learn a magic trick! I can't believe you made it this far with me. Thanks for watching. I'll make this fast and simple. Simple and easy. Easy and fast. So here's what you do. Open up the calculator. I hope you didn't see that. That was my super secret pin code. Okay, so what month were you born? December? Okay, that's 12 times... Now what year were you born? 1733? Okay, 1733 times... You see I'm multiplying these together. Now what's your favorite number? Huh? 4? That's a strange choice, but I accept it, and I accept you. 4 times... Now tell me the number of steps you've taken today. 11,789? Okay, got it. Times. And lastly, the number of people you've kissed. 0? I'm sorry, 0 isn't going to work. Okay, just how about a random number between 1 and 1,000? 500. That's not exactly random. Okay, but it was your choice, and again, I'm gonna respect that. Times 500 equals... Okay, so it's some really large number, but wouldn't it be interesting if the number you had calculated somehow matched the prediction I had written down this whole time exactly? That's the wrong paper. I have another one around here somewhere. Somehow matched the prediction I had made earlier exactly. Alright, so how does this work? By using the mathematical principles. I'll show you in just a second, but first you need to have your prediction written down somewhere. You can have it written on a piece of paper, you can have it tattooed across your chest and just rip off your shirt for the final reveal. The sky is the limit. Okay, so you've got your prediction written down. Your prediction is ready. So you go into the phone and you're going to type this prediction in. I made mine easy to type. Like that. Now here's what you got to do. This is the trick. You go plus 0 times. That's what you have to remember to do. Now you can put in any number times, and you just keep going now. 59 times whatever, it doesn't matter as long as you're doing multiplication or division. So try to pull some relevant information for your spectator. Whatever times the year they were born times how many times they've choked on an apple times, you know, whatever. And at the end, when you hit equals, boom, it just pops back to your original prediction. Pretty cool, huh? Smash like if you like that. You could have that prediction written anywhere. You could even make it the lock screen of your iPhone. So just have fun with it. The more information you involve from the spectator, the more random it seems, and the more numbers you multiply together, it makes sense when it's a bigger number at the end. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment below. Please leave me a comment. Please, please. So lonely. And I'll see you next time.